Hello friends, welcome to BSc Agriculture. If you are coming to our channel for the first time, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So let's move to the video. In this video we are going to see about fundamentals of biochemistry. I am going to cover unit 1 and the lecture topic is physical and chemical properties of carbohydrates. So the physical properties, which is the first one I am going to explain, is isomerism. Isomerism is nothing but more than one compound which have the same molecular formula is known as isomerism. So they are used to have different physical as well as chemical properties, but they use it to have a same molecular formula. Example, hexose possess a same molecular formula of C6H12 and O6, but they use it to give glucose and fructose having the same molecular formula. And the next one is stereomerism. Stereomerism is where the molecule of monometric atoms or groups used to possess a asymmetrical carbon atom which differ in the spatial arrangement of atoms or groups. So while seeing what are the different types of stereomerism, the first one is geometric isomer, which is cis trans, where there is different spatial arrangement of atoms across between double bond, where there is mostly not noticed among carbohydrates. So, and the second one is optical isomerism, where there is a different arrangement of atoms between around the two asymmetrical carbon atom. The number of possible optical isomer can be calculated by using the formula of 2 power n, where the n number describes about the asymmetrical carbon atom. So glucose contain around 4 asymmetrical carbon atoms. So the possible optical isomer of glucose is 16, which is 2 power 4. You can able to see the structure of glucose, where it can able to project the isomer more than 16 types. So the change is due to the second carbon, third carbon, fourth and fifth, where they are the asymmetrical hydrocarbons which can able to form 16 optical isometric forms of glucose. So, and the next one is epimer. So epimer is nothing but a monosaccharide which is differing in configuration around a single carbon other than the carbonyl carbon. Example, mannose and glucose are epimers with respect to carbon 2, while the galactose and glucose are epimers with respect to carbon number 4, where the carbonyl carbon is carbon 2 in mannose and glucose, as well as the carbonyl carbon is carbon 4 in galactose and glucose. And the next topic we are going to see is enantiomers and diastereomers. Enantiomers, which is a non-superimposable mirror image of the compound, where they are different in ability due to the rotation of plane polarized light. So the solution of one enantiomer rotate the light in the direction of right, as well as other directions are used to give the solution to turn in the direction of left. Example, D-glucose and L-glucose are good examples of enantiomers. And diastereomers, where diastereomers are not the stereomers, that no mirror images are formed of each other. Example, D-glucose, mannose as well as galactose. These are some of the examples of diastereomers. So you can able to see the difference of diastereomers, where the D-glucose as well as D-galactose. So, and the next property is optical activity. Optical activity is nothing but a ray of ordinary light which vibrates in all directions in the right angle when the light is used to pass through an equal prism, the emerged light which used to vibrate only in one direction is known as plane polarized light, which can be able to be shown in or measured by the polarimeter. So after the polarization you can able to change or form as dextro and levo rotatory forms. So the plane polarized light, where it can be able to rotate either to right, a clockwise direction, as well as in left, anti-clockwise direction. When the plane polarized light is turned to right, the compound is known as dextrorotatory, which can be known as positive rotation, or else the plane polarized light is rotated to the left, then the compound is levorotatory, which can be written as negative sign. So you can able to see that optical activity of that ordinary light, which vibrates in all direction, and the plane polarized light, which is a single standoff ray, and the levo is the negative, where the light is turned to left side, and the dextro, which is positive, where the light is turned to the right side, positive direction. So the specific rotation is the next topic of optical rotation. So where the specific rotation of a sugar molecule, which can be calculated by alpha is equal to observed rotation divided by length of the tube into concentration. So here the T is equal to temperature, as well as D is equal to the D line of spectrum. So the specific rotation of sugars, I have given some of the example of specific rotation of sugars, which is glucose, fructose, galactose, mannose. So just try to remember the specific rotation of sugars, which can be able to ask in point 5 in our examinations. So mutar rotation, we have already seen some of the examples of mutar rotation, where the mutar rotation is the change in optical rotation of aqueous sugar solution, which can be allowed to stand. It's known as mutar rotation, where it used to have a potential free aldehyde of keto groups are the one which used to exhibit mutar rotations. So you can able to simply tell it by where the change in optical rotation by the sugar solutions is known as mutar rotation. So which is the sum of the examples of mutar rotation: alpha D glucopyranose as well as the beta D glucopyranose. So some of the examples of mutar rotation, you can able to clearly understand it in the lecture notes I have given in the description. So and the other topic we are going to see is chemical properties of carbohydrates. So they can be able to have a reaction due to the presence of hydroxyl and potential free aldehydes, which is CHO, as well as keto groups CO. When they are used to have a reaction with alkali, when they used to have reaction with dilute alkali, they used to show isomerization, and 1,2 NADLs followed by the formation of mixture of sugars can be done. So it's how the reaction is done when it mixes with the dilute alkali. So when it is with strong alkali, it used to have a caramelization reaction, which is nothing but a milky structure is formed in the sugars. So while seeing the reducing properties of sugars, so the reducing or non-reducing is due to the presence of potentially free aldehyde or keto groups in the sugar molecule. So reduced metal ions such as copper or silver to form insoluble cuprous oxide, which is mainly done under the alkaline condition of the solutions. So some of the reducing properties of sugar, I have given the formula wise reaction reducing property of sugar in the upper diagram, as well as the second one is the total change of linear form of glucose is converted into different one due to the presence of copper. So the reaction, when the sugars are used to have reaction with acid, which used to give the concentric H2SO4 with heat, can use it to form a colored product, where the step-by classification is given in this picture. So I have given the lecture notes in the description, which can be useful for your exams. So try to make it. So if you like the video, like it and share it with your friends, and subscribe to BSc Agriculture and hit the bell icon to get regular updates. So thanks for watching the video. Thank you. I will catch you up in next videos.